Hi Chintan, this is Deepika from PharmaVision. So first of all, I wanted to wish you congratulations for your achievement of the intern return examination. So can you introduce yourself and briefly explain your educational background?
Yeah, my name is Chintan Patel. I joined PharmaVision, I think last year, somewhere mid-year, around June, July time. I was looking for some support because I was not sure what to follow, and I sort of not exactly sure what should I study and all. I needed some guidance and a way through to the exam. So I got your reference from one of my friend, and then I paid from overseas and I joined online classes, mostly recorded classes, and I I gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding from recordings, and I took the learning forward and appeared for my KAPS exam. I passed it in the month of March last year, and to be honest, I did not only rely on sir's lecture because the recording were in the middle of all the proceedings. Because by the time I was preparing for my exam, probably the sir was running few different systems, so it was not matching up to my preparation. But look, I'm not saying that it did not help. It did help me immensely. Without those recordings, I would have had to put a lot of extra efforts. Um, to be honest, I explored a lot of YouTube videos to clear my understandings because everyone's background is different. So let's say if I don't have enough understanding of basic works, for example, anatomy and physiology. For example, if I talk about heart structure and all, let's see if I don't know exact heart structure. For me, because I finished my bachelor degree back in 2009, and I was trying to register in Australia in 2023. So that's about 15 gap. So one can understand, like I had to start from the scratch in terms of anatomy and physiology. So like sir would expect any student to know these basics. So sir wouldn't explain what is heart and what is the layer of heart and what are the valves in the heart. Like he definitely goes through in the beginning of the lecture basic understandings, basic anatomy and physiology, but I needed to study a little bit further. So I went to YouTube, different online videos, and cleared my understanding. And then I followed sir's lectures that helped me clear my understanding. So yes, definitely sir's guidance, recorded videos that helped me a lot. And then a few of my friends have forwarded me recalls and all. So I followed those recalls and some online materials and all. So overall, if I put together all the materials and sir's guidance, I passed my KAPS. And
Okay.
then I started working as an intern straight after I passing my exam. I had to go through my English test. I had to do back and forth with the Gujarat Pharmacy Council with some documentation, for example, good standing certificate and all. Once I got them, I could start my internship straight after. So it took me 2 months, to be honest, before they granted me provisional pharmacy registration. So I started my internship from June 2023, and I nearly finished all my.
Okay, so like what motivated you to decide to take the CAPS examination like after a lot of gap?
Look, I came into Australia in 2015, and I was working as a pharmacy technician, pharmacy assistant for over 9 years before I decided. Because look, here in Australia, it's completely different system. Whatever you know back in India or back in other country, that's completely different to what they practice here in Australia. So because they rely on your clinical judgment, your expertise, your advice, because here pharmacy is considered just below the doctor. So let's say if someone can't make it to doctor's appointment, they come to the pharmacy and seek pharmacist advice before they can get to the doctors. Because some of the family, they can't wait till they see a doctor. They want some desperate advice. So like the pharmacy is considered as a second line option next to the doctor. So like that is one of the factor that I could contribute to the community. The second thing is I've been working as a pharmacy technician for last 8.5 years, if I'm not wrong. And I've noticed that during that course, that whatever I've been doing, that's supposed to be done by pharmacist. Sorry.
Yeah.
So so specifically when they know that you are overseas qualified pharmacist, and you can do so many things, they try and exploit you somehow. It's not like open to the everyone, but like they try and exploit you somehow, like they make you do everything. So whatever, so that way they have to hire less and less pharmacists. So sort of you're doing the same thing, but pharmacists just endorse your work basically at the end of the day. So I've been doing it. So I've been working as a technician for a time being until I want to settle here in Australia, because life is not easy, specifically when you try and register, when you try and study, and try and handle your personal life at the same time. So first, my advice to those all the students who are here in Australia on student visa, if they got some other route to settle down, don't hold back their pharmacy studies. Wait until you get your PR and your family life settled before you go for your uh, pharmacy registration process, because it requires a lot of dedication. Because you would imagine that such lectures, there are too many lectures for you to go through those lectures. First of all, you require time out of your busy routine. So let's say those students who are desperate for registration because of their visa purposes, I wouldn't advise them to wait, because that would be their lifeline. So if they go ahead and finish the internship and all, they can apply for PR in the regional areas and all. So yeah, don't take me wrong if I'm advising that way, but I'm just telling you from my personal experience. The only reason I hold back is because I had a lot of family commitments. I had a very young daughter. She was only 6 months old. So I thought like everything is not possible at the same time. Let me grow out of this responsibility, some commitments before I decide to, advance my career. So I had to wait till that long before I said, look, I got my citizenship, I got my own house, I got nothing immediate to look forward to. So that's when I started online classes with Sir, and being considered this preparation as a serious preparation and committed to the exam, saying, look, and the other thing I want to say, like, look, if you really want to apply for the exam, book your exam. Do not think that I might appear for July. If you book
Mm,
it, you are under the pressure, because you'll be paying about $2,000, $2,500 for the exam. That's not less money. That's big money. So
mm.
if you book that exam, you're under the immense pressure and you'll work backwards towards your deadline. And
Okay.
you'll get there if you're serious enough for the preparation. If you're focused enough for your preparation, you'll get there. Yeah.
Okay. So you suggest students that after like passing your Bachelor of Pharmacy or education, you definitely should start the KAPS examination and focus, because after reaching the Australian after too many process, it is going to difficult the time by
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because look, if you have recently studied, your knowledge is fresh, you know what you have studied, so you don't have to repeat yourself over and over again. So whatever you studied back in your bachelor degrees, basically you will be doing the same thing. You just have to refresh your memories. You just have to rejog, hold the course, saying you go from A to Z again and make sure that you're not missing anything. So it will be easier consider relatively. If I compare those students who recently graduated back in India and want to apply for KAPS exam, will be a lot easier compared to student like me who
Okay.
graduated back in 2008. So that's 15 years gap. You literally have to restudy B Farm again. That's how you
Mm,
got to take it. Yeah. Even though I've been working here in Australia in pharmacy setting, playing around with those drugs, I knew somehow what this drug is for, but like you need a lot more information, a lot deeper into that as well. Like by knowing how bisoprolol works doesn't make any, wonders for you. You just have to dive deep into it, saying what's the preferred choice of drug, what is the chemical structure of this. It's a lot deeper than what we might think. So, like simple advice is people who are recently graduated, get committed to your exam and straight away apply KAPS. Because from India, you can still pass out KAPS Plus, being in India, you can look out for internships here in Australia, and on that basis, you can come to Australia and apply for some visa as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like further extension visa, and you can eventually can be a PR in here in Australia, specifically in regional area. You have to come initially.
Okay. Yeah. So for the internship, students can apply for the intern visa. So
Yeah.
definitely, students should start like KAPS after your studies, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, can you describe your overall experience with the PharmaVision training program?
Yes, it was quite in depth. I never thought it would be that detailed, to be honest, because any subject you touch upon, sir has gone from basic anatomy and physiology to the pharmacology and to the drug interactions, and he has given plenty of time at the end of the lecture. Is there any questions? Any student has any doubt or any confusion or any misunderstanding in between slides or anything? So like so I found the material quite in depth. To be honest, I couldn't go through all the videos because I was running against the time. As I said, I booked my exam
Hmm.
before and I was working backwards against the time. So like I couldn't go through all the materials, but look, I sort of touched upon very important topics like cardiovascular disease, nervous system, like GIT, and all those important topics. I didn't touch upon cancer and all those things, which takes lots and lots of time. So I did a few shortcuts here and there. As you can see on my back, all the classifications I printed out from Enread PharmaVision,
Yeah.
which remind me when I sit here on my study desk, that reminds me when I get up, I have a quick glance before I move out of the room. That way, stays in my mind always. And just before the exam as well, when I was doing revision in my last 2 weeks, I was going through that, all the charts as often as I can. And every time I get up from my seat for anything, I quickly have a look. Oh, which one I don't know. Let me check myself. Oh, this is that drug. Which category does it belong to? So having those piece of information around you can help you as well. So look, sir can provide you support, but it's up to you how you take the learning further to the exam and make it into the practice. So like, if you fail, you can't blame sir saying, look, sir's preparation were not enough. You have to be smart enough at this age to explore the different resources. So everyone's understanding is different. So look, there is lots to learn. There is more than enough material out there on the sir's website, lots of lectures, lots of videos. Plus, if you talk about the online portal like a social media like YouTube, YouTube has lots of drug interaction, drug of choice, and all those videos available on YouTube as well. So sir has been putting lots of effort to make sure that all the students enroll into the course succeed. But it's up to the students as well at the end of the day how they take their studies further.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much for your experience. So, what do you think that is there any material you need to need from outside of the PharmaVision portal, or it is conclude everything which you need for the exam?
Um, for my experience, to be honest, I couldn't go through all the materials from sir's portal. I'm sure there is everything you need on sir's portal, but in my case, as I said before, because I booked my exam in advance,
Hmm.
so I was very short of time. So like what I did is I borrowed some material from my friends who had hired some online services through Facebook or some whatever portal. So they provided me some materials. For example, I'm not sure whether SARS portal has recalls in them. Do they have recalls in them?
Yes,
Like
the
all,
details are
okay.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I got recalls from my friends, but I couldn't go through SARS portal. So I'm not sure whether it was ready by then, but look, I didn't bother to go through it because there were too much of information. But like there is more than enough what you need in SARS portal if you got plenty of time. I would suggest, like, let's say if you're planning for November intake, start your studies now. So you can go through all the videos, lectures, and all those materials out there in SARS website. Once you know that I've gone through all these videos and all once, then you book your exam for the next quarter. So that way you know for sure what you need to go through from point A to Z. So yeah, in my case, yes, I needed some extra material from externally because I was running out of time and like I was just to be sure that I was accepting all the materials and was going through it. Doesn't mean that our website didn't have those materials. Yeah, I'm happy to
Yeah,
share those materials so sir can utilize those materials just in case if they don't have it on portal, they can add it to their portal as well. Yeah.
sure, sure. Okay, so how was your preparation? Like, how many hours did you studies and to recommended other students?
Um, uh, First of all, it varies from individual to individual. Some students are fast learners, some students are slow learners, and also depends how long they've registered last, how long have they finished their previous studies. For example, students who recently registered, probably they do not need more preparation time compared to students who finished their studies 10 years or more years ago. So yeah, in my case, I was working full time, so I took 2 full months off and was studying at least 6 to 7 hours a day, um, with all those non-stop, listening to lectures, reading some, some books. If you're not, so basic idea and understanding is to clear your doubts, clear your understanding, make sure that whatever you go through, that makes sense to you, not just for the sake of reading, not just for the sake of going through the topics and classifications. You go through those. If you ever in doubt, you read over and over and over again. Yeah, that's my idea. Was I structured myself saying, look, this week I'm going to focus on 3 systems or 4 systems, and I try and blend it with some other subjects as well. So like, I didn't want to bore myself for the entire day. So I split my day routines into few hours here and there. For example, first 2 hours, I will go through all the pharmacology, and then the next 2 hours probably I'll go through calculations. Next 2 hours or next last 3 hours of the day, I will go through some, chemistry, whatever. So I'll try and blend and mix topics. That way I don't feel bored, and I always, keep myself into focus. So that's what I've been doing, and whatever it works best for anyone. They don't have to follow what I say, but just, they just have to try and figure out which routine works best for them, whether to mix and match few topics here and there, or just sticking to the one topic. Everyone is different, but this is what I have been doing. Like, I put myself under the timetable. I draw my timetable day by day by day, and I used to follow them strictly. Last 1 to 2 weeks, I have gone through all the possible recalls and calculations, and some basic chemistry and structures. Yeah, all the in-depth understanding, and going through the videos and lectures and all. I did it before last 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay, so how was your experience about the internship?
Internship it's an interesting one. So, like for example, I've been working in I was working in the aged care setting. So I never faced any customers before I joined community pharmacy. And I was a bit worried, saying, well, look, I was a bit shy as well, so like facing customers. Every time my prescriptor says, look, can you go and counsel on Ventolin, how to use Ventolin? I said, like, what is Ventolin? I don't know how to use it. So like, he will teach me, saying, look, this is how you use it. So he gives me a demo, and I try and copy that and, take that into learning, and I forward to the customer. So like, I practiced that hundreds of time, not like try and remember. So like, I try and observe him, like how he taught me how to use it, and that's one of the examples. So like, all I wanted to say is, like, while you're on intensive, you will learn on every single day. Learning never ends while you're in intensive, even after you register. So while you do all those CPD points, you will never stop learning. So learning is the key. Plus, while you're on intensive, you'll be doing PSA or any guild intern training program, and they will make you do a lot of hard work. Like in terms of assignments, there are lots and lots of assignments. Be ready for them, and and once you go to the work, that's another part of the journey. Yeah. So while you're at work, you learn as much as you want. Be curious. Don't be shy. Don't be on the back foot. When you see customers, try and approach them. Try and help them out. That's how you be confident, be positive, and take your intensive forward.
Okay. So the basically students will be going to learn more things in the internship as a practical, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's right. Practical things. All you'll be studying before is like all the theoretical part. But once you move into the intensive, first 1 to 2 months will be all the confusion in your mind, saying, "What am I doing? This is not my type. This is not what I want to do." But look, once you know, you'll feel more confident and more powered. And this is what it's all about, being a pharmacist. So you have to be confident as well once you become a pharmacist. Yeah, so it's intensive means you have to be like, you'll be learning all the practical things rather than
Okay.
theoretical things.
Okay. So like internship, is it paid or unpaid? Like for the
It's
prospective
paid.
student, it's
It's
paid.
paid internship, yes. It's
Okay.
paid more than pharmacy assistant rates. So in Australia, so in Victoria, the minimum wage is $27.60 per hour for interns. Um, and I get paid a little bit more because I got the 8 years of experience. So
Hmm.
yeah, so it's negotiable. But look, if any employer they don't want to negotiate, they don't know you are just seeing them for the first time. If you don't have any experience, they must pay you at least the minimum intern wage, which is
Okay.
27.60. Yeah,
That's good. That's good,
yeah,
Veg.
yeah.
Okay. So, any other things or any other suggestion, advice you can recommend to the prospective students or anything?
Um, I would say KAPS journey is a long journey, I would say. I mean, like it's quite in-depth learning. KAPS considered as an entrance exam to the Australian streams. Sometimes it can be very discouraging, but don't lose your heart, don't lose your faith. Keep on studying, put all your hard work, and believe in yourself, saying you can do that. If others can do that, if people like me can do it after 15 years of gap, anyone can do it. So just be positive, do not look back, keep looking further, and you'll get there eventually. But just do not give up your hopes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, almost everything is covered. So, thank you so much your experience. Like you are happy right now for like almost you
Yes.
are 90% complete, right? About
Yes.
only intern oral exam is remaining, right?
That's right, yes. So, like your preceptor plays an important role as well. So, any workplace you go to, and do not think that, look, I'm a intern pharmacist now. Don't put your tag as a pharmacist on your head, and don't be like, arrogant and all saying, look, I'm above you and all. You're still student. Consider yourself as a student. Try and learn as much as possible. Plus, if your preceptor says, go and pack webster pack, go and do this and that, do not take it personally. Every job is different. Job is job. Just think about learning. If you've been asked to pack webster packs, think that, look, you'll learn something out of it. You'll get to know how different tablets look like. Like what is the color of perindopril? What is the color? What is the shape and size of bisoprolol? What is the tablet of size of paracetamol? That will all come in handy once you become a pharmacist. While you're intern, you can ask as many questions as possible. Once you become pharmacist, you'll be afraid, you'll be shy to ask
Hmm.
questions to the other colleagues because they might think that you're incompetent.
Hmm.
So yeah. So yeah, I take it positively. Even though I had an 8 years of experience, I knew everything about Fred software and dispensing software and packing software, everything I knew about pharmacy. But still, I kept myself open, never told no to anything because it's about yourself. Whatever you will do extra, you will learn. No one else will learn. So yeah, so never say no to anything. You might think that my preceptor is bullying me or making me work hard, and why am I the only one? He's asking me to do things and all. Put all the things aside. and focus in your learnings. Be positive, be open to all the criticisms. If your preceptor says, look, you advise something wrong to a customer, be open to it and say, look, sorry, I'll look into it, and I'll take it further from there on. So be open, be positive, and always think about learning. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I hear from the other colleagues saying, look, my preceptor is rude, he's not even giving me attention, not helping me as much as your preceptor does. But it's about you as well. You ask them questions saying what you're not feeling confident of, what you need help with the learning. So look, if he doesn't have time, try and have that one-on-one conversation, saying, at least can you give me a time once a week, can we clear out some doubts, if not every day, once a week maybe. So that way, look, it's a preceptor, he will have to help you, because his name is under your registration. Anything goes wrong, if you're not passing out after a few attempts, the pharmacy board will call him saying, what's wrong with your student, why is he not passing out, why is he keep on failing on written and oral exam. So yeah, his intention is to help you, but it's up to you as well as a student how curious you are in learning.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So when you are planning to appear for your next examination, intern oral?
It's a June. I just submitted my oral exam application to AFRA just today, and hopefully they will let me know in few days' time when is my exam and where is the venue and what time it is. So oral exam is different to written exam. Written exam, you have to book it by yourself from APC portal,
Hmm.
where oral exam you have to book it through the AFRA portal.
Yeah. Okay. So they will
Yeah,
be
so you have
going
to
to.
download the application form, oral exam application form, and upload the document to the AFRA portal. Yeah, I have got. I just filled up this morning. I'll show you. This is the one. See?
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. So like everything is covered. So anything else you want to share or anything?
No, so I pretty much said everything. Just yeah.
This
And I
information.
messaged to the group this morning. If any student
Yeah.
needs any advice, please let me know. And since morning, I received about 10 phone calls and few messages, and I answered about 6, 7 phone calls already. And yeah,
So this video will going to help many students like who are planning or who are afraiding to give the examination. So like they will get the information, then definitely they should do, because after a lot of years of gap, it is going to be difficult.
it is. No exam is easier. If there were easy exam, you would see there would have been no demand for pharmacist.
Yeah.
So it will have to be difficult, but just make yourself more capable to appear for those exams. Yeah, you'll definitely get there. If I can get there, anyone can get there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so thank you so much, Chintan, for your time and this
You're
information.
welcome.
Yeah, so we'll surely contact you if any information or any students will need your time. Okay.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Okay, and best of luck for your oral examination, and you will
Yes,
keep in touch with Nitesha if any guidance will be needed. Okay.
sure, absolutely. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, take care, bye.
Thank you very much.